Alright guys, it's time to slow it down. So, I just filmed about 10 minutes of footage, watched it back, had my shutter speed wrong, the LED light behind the camera there was flickering like mad. So that's a bit annoying. Got to do it all again, so stick around. Luckily you've not watched the first 10 minutes, you just get this 10 minutes. So I'm going to go over some long exposure. I remember taking my first one, I nearly wet myself. I was like, oh my god, I've done it. I've always wondered how they got car lights trailing and stuff like that. It always baffled me. Before I was into photography, you just see this stuff and think, oh, that's cool, how'd they do that? Well, I now know, and I'm going to pass my knowledge for all it's worth, which is not a lot. Remember, I've only been doing it 7-8 months. But I'm going to pass my knowledge down in simple terms with simple equipment to go out and practice and learn the basics. So let's see how we get on. Now I've got a little kit here from Newer. Never heard of them. It's cheap stuff off Amazon and whatnot, Amazon, eBay, whatever. And they are basically ND filters. Now an ND filter, for people that don't know, screw onto the end of your lens, like so. They screw onto there, he says, and they're essentially sunglasses for your lens. At which point you can slow your shutter down. It will obviously let in less light because it's darker. You can slow your shutter right down, which will then compensate for that light and get longer shots. That is how it works, I think. That's how it works for me. That's how I understand it works. But then you can go one step further. Obviously, you can get all sorts of filters. It's an absolute minefield. You go into like the, Google and whatever, minefield. Big square ones that slot in big metal frames, all different bloody shapes and sizes and colours and God knows what. I don't know how they all work. I use what I use as a beginner, as an enthusiast, an amateur, whatever, and I get the results I get, which are not bad. So the next bit of kit, which actually saves you buying all of these different filters, is a variable ND filter. Now these are quite smart. I will show you here. I have featured this once before. See this? See there? I'm clear. You turn it slowly and I disappear. That's it. So then you can change it to obviously different settings. Now I'm not sure exactly the science on how these work. I'm assuming there are there's got to be two different pieces of glass, but how they manage to just blend and go into different colours or different shades, it baffles me, but it works. My only complaint with a cheap one, can't comment on an expensive one, but with a cheap one, my complaint is that when you turn them to almost fully dark, if you're going for sort of a 20-30 second shot, 5-minute shot, whatever, you can do some long exposures with these. But if you go to that point where it's maximum darkness, you will get across. You almost see whether like the blades or whatever it is that are in there, sort of, you see them come across and you get this almost cross going across the picture. So you can't go fully dark on this one. Good ones, expensive ones, you probably can, but this was, I think honestly, about a tenner. You can't fault it. Now I took some shots today. I was out down at Ironbridge and I was taking a few photos for a canoe company for a friend of mine, and in fact I'll quickly talk about this. So we get down there, bunch of dudes ready to go out on kayaks and whatnot. Shire Canoes it is, check them out. I'm not sure if they're on YouTube in all fairness. I don't think they've got anything on YouTube. There might be videos other people have put on featuring them, but they have got the Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So Shire Canoes, really good little solo company run by one man called Alex, and he smashes it. I featured some of the pictures and vlogs a bit before about that, but yeah, I was down there and it was a case of, get the vests on, this and that. I wasn't going in, I was just on the side. And as soon as you thought about even thinking about getting in the water, the heavens... I'm going to have to move solely to change this. Anyway, as soon as they're about to get in the water, the heavens opened. Right, they absolutely opened. Now I'm assuming across most of England it's been like this today at some point. Storms are coming and going, and they're pretty cool, but yeah, they absolutely opened. So I'm never brolly, bit of thunder, so I was like, if I see lightning, I'm bolting. Oh, check it, I'm bolting. Yeah, if I see lightning, I'm putting the brolly down, I'm putting the tripod away, I'm going home. But luckily I didn't see any lightning, I heard a few rumbles and that was that. But these dudes that were in these kayaks, I'll put some photos on, they were honestly, I've never seen a bunch of people so happy. The grin, I mean, look at it, look at it. The grin on that dude's face is hilarious. And there was another one there who'd put suntan, lotion, cream on, whatever, because it was bloody hot before the heavens opened, and literally his face was just turning white. It was all running down him. I got photos of him like wiping off the bloody cream off his face and stuff. Absolutely hilarious. But from what I gather, they had a smashing time. So, excuse me. So if you're in this area, go check out Shy Canoes, hop yourself on a boat and go for a sail. Well, not a sail, technically. It's a canoe. Go for a paddle. But yeah, the filters, they are good. Now, I took a few today. I'll pop them on now. And the settings for these were 25-second shots, ISO 100, f8 I think I was, just for sort of clarity. But again, you can tweak this as you see fit. That is the fun of digital cameras. So if you haven't got ND filters, not sure what they are, honestly, buy a cheap variable first. Make sure it fits your lens. Yeah, so mine's a 58mm on the front there. Normally tells you inside here somewhere what size they are. You know, again, it's all aimed at beginners. So if you know this, you know this. But if you don't, and I tend to channel people towards my channel, obviously, because I want the views and the subscriptions and whatever, like we all do. But also because I'm a beginner, I just put it across in very simple terms. So if you're not a beginner and you know all this, yeah, okay, you know it, I'm sorry. But beginners, check that this fits the bit you've ordered. Simple as that. And if you want it for a specific lens, i.e. you want to do it for wide angles, you can get some sort of like real slow motion of all the clouds and whatever, then make sure you buy a bigger one, 62mm Fred, whatever you need. But yeah, they are a fancy bit of kit for not a lot of money to just, again, it just changes the game. You know, if you've picked up a camera, you've learned some basics now, you're in manual mode, you're out and about taking some nice shots. But then you think, oh, I want to try something new. 10 quid changes your game, gives you something completely new to go out and try. So get one if you haven't got one and go and practice. Now while I'm here and we're all talking about slowing it down, I'm going to flip reverse it. I'm going to speed it up. Okay, quick one on time lapse. I'm not going to make a separate video on it. It's bad enough droning on for this long, I'm sorry. Time lapse, again, far from any pro. I've only done what I've done on my camera, so I know nothing about the other cameras. There are various ways of doing time lapse, but on the 80D, and I'm assuming on a fair few of the new Canons, and obviously Nikon and whatever, they do it in body, which is perfect. So you go into your menus. I'll put the screenshot, the screen record on now, and we'll go for what I'll show you on screen how I do it. So you click your camera into video mode, go into your menu, scroll across until you find time lapse. Click enable. Now in this you'll see various things you can change. What you're changing is the amount of shots that your camera takes, how many seconds between each shot your camera takes, and then that will give you how long it's going to film for and how long your result's going to be at the end. I pretty much leave mine in 3 seconds, 600 shots, I think that's what it was, and then that's going to give you about a 45-minute film time with about 20 seconds of playback. And here are some examples of what you can achieve. So again, if you're a beginner and you've got yourself a decent DSLR and you didn't know they could do that, or you've wondered how to do that, now you know, go out and practice. And it just doesn't matter if you get it wrong. You know, yes, you waste 45 minutes sitting up a hill somewhere and then you watch it back and realise you cocked the whole lot up. But you shouldn't. It's pretty simple, and you can test run. It lets you do a test shot first, so you can check your exposure and, you know, your F number and whatever you want. You can check that your settings are how you want them, so then nothing's going to change. If you're filming sunsets or sunrises, I have the ISO set at auto, because then it's going to brighten it up a little bit before the sun comes up, but as it comes up it will then dim it down a bit. give you a lower ISO, so it doesn't just blow out and you end up with a white screen halfway through your time lapse. So that was just a quick one on the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope someone's learnt something. Yes, ND filters, that's the cheap and easy way to go and do it. Again, if you've got more money and you want to go and experiment straight off and get good stuff, go on Google, have a look, watch other videos. There's a whole ton about it. But I really appreciate that you guys watch this. I appreciate all the thumbs up, the subscriptions, whatever. Honestly, the channel's growing and I think it's wicked. I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy photography, I enjoy taking photos, I enjoy trying all the new stuff. Anything I learn, I just go, I'm going to do a video on it. Just so newbies can learn. Simple as that, because you'll enjoy it more. You go out and you think you're not as good as the next guy. It doesn't matter. Keep practicing. That next guy's probably been doing it 20 years. You know? You've been doing it 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. Just go out and practice. I say it to my lad when he's on his games. They killed me, they're better than me. I'm like, so what? Practice. Be the best you can be. Don't be the best they are. Just do what you can do and enjoy it. Don't get yourself beat up over it. Took a bit of a dip there, didn't it? Anyway, thanks a lot, honestly. Means the world. Keep it up. Keep following. Keep joining me. And we'll keep the videos coming. Next one will be out soon. So until then, peace out.
Creatures of my dreams raise